Back in 2018, Donald Trump was supposed to go on a trip to the Aisne-Marne American Cemetery near Paris. Now, he didn't end up going, and they said at the time the reason is that there was bad weather, which stopped their helicopter from going to the site. Now, that never was a perfect explanation since multiple other world leaders took a car convoy out there. Presumably, he could have done that. But anyway, that story has a few other holes in it now, thanks to reporting by The Atlantic just yesterday, describing some of what Donald Trump had to say about the American soldiers, the vets who had lost their lives back in World War I, that he apparently didn't think was worth his time, saying in a conversation with senior staff members on the morning of the scheduled visit, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers." In a separate conversation on the same trip, he referred to the more than 1,800 Marines who lost their lives at Belleau Woods as suckers for getting killed. Now, there is a lot more to this. We're gonna be going over not just the most recent comments about American vets and our venerated war heroes that he's had to say. We have a lot that we're gonna get to. Brett, when you first saw this story, the Atlantic news came out, did you suspect that it might matter?
That it might matter? Yes, it does matter. That's I don't know what that's.
I think it's from Rounders.
It does matter. Anyway, so yeah, no, I do believe I'll figure it out by the end of the day. Yeah, this absolutely matters. Donald Trump, what it exposes is the vast swath of military who now proven rightfully think Donald Trump is terrible. And a lot of Donald Trump supporters just assume that the military loves Trump because he's kind of like a bellicose type person. But in truth, he is a jerkball, and he thinks this way not only about the fallen soldiers who gave their lives for freedom and this country, but he doesn't care about his own supporters who just buy all the crap he's hawking, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, and look, some of this stuff it's something, and we're gonna go through past stuff he said. It is not inconsistent with the way he talks about soldiers and vets in particular, but certainly just the way he talks about the world. So we'll get to all of that. Let's give you a little bit more of what came out in the Atlantic's reporting. So, bit of context on the site that he was going to visit. America and its allies stopped the German advance towards Paris there back in the spring of 1918. But Trump on the same trip asked aides, who were the good guys in this war? He also said that he didn't understand why the United States would intervene on the side of the allies. Now, I understand this is World War I, different context than other wars, but I love the idea that he has to have very carefully explained to him, like he knows so little about particular conflicts that he has no idea why our interests would align with different countries, why we would support them. But this is the transactional way that he looks at the world. Yeah, he doesn't know anything. There are so many lessons from 1918 in particular that he could have learned hypothetically that he apparently has not, Brett.
Well, he hates communists. Yeah, like, I don't know. He should know this by now. He should, this is something that the person who is the commander in chief of the military should have some kind of knowledge of. That's the problem. Like he should have done his homework 3 years in and find out generally what, as the commander in chief, some kind of history. I saw a tweet that was like this and about other things. It's like, how can he fail history so badly while it's repeating itself? That's like failing an open book test. That was an amazing tweet, and that's what he does. And it reminds me of this sketch from Mitchell and Webb. I don't know if people know them. They do the show Peep Show, but they're a sketch duo originally from England. And they have this one sketch where takes place on a battlefield, and there are guys in uniforms, and they're in a trench kind of more of like a camp, like an entrenched camp planning the fight. And the other one goes over and says, I've got a question. Are we the baddies? The other one's like, what do you mean, are we the baddies? Like, we've got skulls on our uniform. Skulls. I just don't. Lightning bolts and skulls. Are we the baddies? And that's how I feel in these situations. Like, he's turning us into the bad guys. And when he looks back on, like he very obviously absorbs everything that he knows about the world from pop culture. Even with that limited knowledge, he should know that what he's doing is making us the bad guys. Especially, like, why would you stop Germans?
I know. I wouldn't you love to hear him opine a bit on World War II? Oh, that would be something.
Let it go. Let the microphone roll.
Yeah,
but we do all the
it's time. Like drunk. It's Trump history. Let's have that show. Trump history. I know he doesn't drink apparently, but he's on something.
Trump history. That's really great, John. I'll write that.
You should totally. That would be good. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.